I've been invited, as I suppose the originator of the meme concept, to give a little introductory lecture on Thursday on what memes are, their relationship to genes and natural selection, Darwin's theory of natural selection. And then Saatchi and Saatchi have put together a rather amazing sort of light show, sort of Sony Lumiere, involving clips from my lecture, which they pre-recorded, and so they kind of set it to music and have a computer singing my words and flashing images and boomboxing the noise around the room and things. And then at the end there's a tune being played, and I come on carrying an iwi, which is an electronic wind instrument. It's a kind of electronic clarinet. And it just so happens that as a boy I used to play the clarinet. I haven't done it for 50 years, but I sort of came flooding back when I was handed this electronic clarinet. And so I come on and join in playing the thing. It's actually, it's programmed to sound like a trumpet, so it ends up with a sort of triumphal trumpet blare, which is the climax to this thing. Darwinian natural selection is all about the differential survival of genes. Genes are just one form of highly accurately copied information that passes down the generations, and the ones that get through the generations are the good ones, the ones that are good at programming bodies to survive and reproduce. But Darwinian natural selection will work in principle. It doesn't have to be DNA. Any kind of self-replicating information will do. Any kind of coded information that gets copied and that has some kind of an influence over its own probability of being copied, of surviving, will work in a Darwinian way. And when I wrote The Selfish Gene in 1976, the whole book's about genes as being the basis of natural selection. I wanted to end up by making the point, it doesn't have to be DNA. You could go to another planet and find a different kind of Darwinism, but based on a different kind of self-replicating information code, not DNA. And then I said, well, maybe we don't have to go to another planet. Maybe it's staring us in the face on this planet. Let's look around for an example. Human culture, anything that's copied, anything that's reproduced around human culture, like a tune that somebody whistles and is picked up and copied, it goes viral. The internet is a beautiful example of an ecology for memes to spread. We even use the phrase "go viral," which is a phrase I introduced in 1976, as well as the word meme. I mean, I find myself surrounded by very creative people. I'm used to being surrounded by rather cerebral people who are creative in a different way. But these are very artistically creative people, and it's fascinating to see memes being generated.